Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. My name's Defender, and welcome to Banjo-Tooie. Developed by Rare and released for the Nintendo 64 in 2000. Banjo-Tooie is, unsurprisingly, the sequel to the original Banjo-Kazooie. It's bigger, but some people would say that it's not necessarily better. Which, I guess is kind of a bad way to start things off, but still, I love this game, so who cares what other people think? Alright, well, you know what? I just can't wait any longer, so let's get started, shall we? First we gotta get rid of a save file. Yeah. Use Banjo's magic red hand. Yes, I'm sure. Goodbye. Alright. Let's begin, shall we? But first, plot. It was a dark and stormy night, just kidding. 2 years had passed since Gruntilda the Witch was defeated by Banjo and Kazooie. After falling from her tower, she was buried underground, where she remains until this very day. Wow, that is some dedication right there. Have you been pushing that boulder for 2 years, Klungo? You should have more muscle definition than that by now. Meanwhile, at Banjo's house... Why are we even gambling with your money anyway, Banjo? Also, why do you have money? Oh, cheeky. Uh-oh, the music's changed. That can't be good. Also, hello, both Snyderman and Genre Chowder Studios. You are just in time. Well, that can't be good. He'll be fine. Kazooie scared? What a foreign concept. Well, I mean, it is your money. I can kinda understand why. Boulder Blaster. What an oddly specific spell. Oh. Oh, Grunty. You don't look so good. Can we, like, get you something to eat? Very funny. Ooh, that's, oh no. That's not good. Well, things have gone from bad to worse very, very quickly. Oh, I'm sure he'll be fine. Oh, I think Klungo will have plenty of fear. The next morning... Wow, the house has been obliterated.
Come on, yo, come up on.
Oh, there's bottles. You don't look too good. Oh, you look very not good.
Up, yo, and up. Go, and come, go, and up, come, and go, yo, and up, yo, go, yo, come, go.
Alright, well that's definitely a way to start an adventure. In the first game, Grunty just kidnapped Banjo's younger sister, Tootie. In this game, she just flat out murdered someone, so, no, good start. We have a lot of revenge to enact. There's not much more we can do here in Spiral Mountain, so might as well head out through that tunnel. Things are definitely much more somber around here, obviously. Well, I didn't expect a death from Banjo and Kazooie. Yeah, they escalate things pretty quickly in Banjo-Tooie. Alright. Okay, so, in a nice change of pace, you actually start Banjo-Tooie with all of the same skills you've learned in the original Banjo-Kazooie. So everything from things like the Beak Buster, the Beak Barge, you can shoot eggs, once we pick some up, we can fly, use the Wonder Wing, all that stuff. If you need some advice on how to do things, just approach any of the nearby molehills, and the Ghost of Bottles will talk to you about how to do things. But you don't need to actually engage with any of the molehills to learn your skills. Which is nice. Thankfully there's plenty of supplies around, so we're gonna collect stuff. And don't worry, we'll learn who the sunglass-wearing guy is soon enough. I'm gonna collect some feathers. So yeah, there's not much to do in Spiral Mountain aside from pick up some supplies and acquire, first of many things that we're going to be picking up, a Cheeto page. Yeah, so that's Cheeto the Spellbook. We encountered him in the original Banjo-Kazooie, and he gave us some cheat codes, which enabled us to increase our item supply. Grunty has subsequently ripped out all of Cheeto's pages, and we'll have to collect them again in order for him to give us more cheats. Thankfully here in Spiral Mountain, the item pickups will actually respawn, which is nice. I'm gonna go back and pick up some more gold feathers and red feathers, and then we'll get out of here. Gotta go feast. Oh yeah, and by the way, it's not your computer melting. Banjo-Tooie is somewhat infamous for classic N64 slowdown. I mean, the N64 in of itself is known for slowdown, but Banjo-Tooie is probably one of the more egregious examples of it, so don't worry, you're not, like, buffering or anything. The game itself is buffering. Alright, so let's head on into the tunnel. Hello, Klungo. Klungo, minion with a mission. Well, she had it coming to her. But we haven't even been playing 20 minutes yet. Ah, the red potion. Okay. Alright, so the red potion will make Klungo grow big. Just roll into him, use any of your basic attacks to hit him. Every time you hit him, he'll hide in a shield, then lob potions at you. Just keep running in a circle. So the 3 potions that Klungo can choose are either red, which makes him big, green, which makes him invisible, and blue, which splits him into multiple copies. He'll choose one of them at random. I mean, this is really your first fight. It's pathetically easy. And we win. My N64 never had problems with buffering. I didn't know it was a problem. I guess slowdown would be more correct. Really, a lot of 5th generation games had a problem with slowdown. I mean, it was the generation of 3D. You know, people were still trying to figure out how to optimize everything, and so things can chug, basically. Let's see if I can get a good example of it. Ah! A silo. Alright, shortcuts. I like shortcuts. So if you kind of look right now, you can see that we're, you know, not moving as smoothly as we were in the cave, because, you know, there's just more stuff going on. Trust me, if you want to see some slowdown later on, we'll get to it, I promise. But first, let's go into this big, shiny building. That's where important things happen. Who the heck are you? King Jingling. Alright. Kickball tournament? Yeah, I agree with Kazooie. Oh. I guess that makes sense. Ah. Jiggy. 1 down, 89 to go. Alright, guess we'll find King Dingaling. Alright, I guess we better go find this Jiggy Wiggy and see what he has to say. So how's everybody doing today? I got my right rear tire fixed, or replaced rather, so that's all taken care of. Feel good about that. Jimmy Wiggy. Apparently Banjo and Kazooie have really bad short-term memories. That or they're just not good at remembering names, which I can relate to that. Sometimes it's a miracle I even remember my own name. Well, that's an impressive looking laser? Well, whatever it is, it's impressive. And then Gruntilda stops her rhyming, which is a detriment in this game. Big O Blaster. Doing okay? Glad to hear it. It's better than not okay. Question, how are you breathing, Grunty? You don't have lungs. So anyway, I started blasting. Oh yeah, I should mention Banjo-Tooie, like, Rare has always been known for their dry British humor, which includes, you know, adult jokes and that kind of thing. Banjo-Tooie has a lot of them. See if you can figure out which this one is in this shot. Yeah, it's like, now, the jokes are really obvious, but as a kid, I didn't see any of it, so... Magic. Good enough for me. And so now, King Jingling is effectively dead. So Grunty has now murdered 2 people in less than half an hour. You know, if that wasn't so horrifying, I would be impressed. Well, we'll see about that now, won't we? Oh, what? That's not cool. Give me that. Okay, so we need to take the shortcut through Bottles' house. Hopefully we can avoid telling his family about his accident. Doing good. Doing good. Stuff it, Kazooie! Alright, let's go. Now this is how you get some dark comedy. Oh, hello. Goggles. It's a nice name. But by speaking to Goggles, you'll get the Amazo-Gaze glasses, or goggles. Alright, so, basically with this, when you're in first-person view, you can use the right and left C buttons to zoom in and out. DK? Yes, in fact, Goggles is holding a stuffed toy of DK, Donkey Kong. Remember, this was a Rare game, released in 2000. They were allowed to do this back in the day. Specky. Good save, Banjo. Dangling? The mispronunciations just get more and more impressive each time. Alright, so we'll just, go, before we accidentally say too much. Alright, so this is the Wooded Hollow. Okay. Alright, but before we do that, there's one thing we can do, and it's not activate the silo, though we will do that as well. So now we have a shortcut. But if we head inside the tunnel over here, and get past you, we'll find the first of many Jinjos. Which is a Jiggy. So basically, unlike in Banjo-Kazooie, where each stage had 5 Jinjos, and collecting all of them would net you a Jiggy, in Banjo-Tooie, there are still 5 Jinjos per stage, but now they belong to the various colored families that you saw. Once you complete a family of Jinjos, you'll earn a Jiggy. So it's much more of a overarching goal. Or is it overarching? It's one of those. Ah, yes, one singular Jiggy. Wait, does that mean that you have a restaurant inside this temple? Interesting. Wow, can you believe Jeff Goldblum voices this character? It's hard to believe. Alright, so we gotta go over here to this golden monolith. We gotta take on this challenge, which, of course, just like everything, involves puzzle pieces. Actually, you know what? Just forget it. I can mention how to do this. It's not that hard. Okay, so you move Banjo's hand with a control stick, pick up a piece with the A button, press it to snap it into place. And don't worry, you'll know when it's correct. You can return it to the center by pressing B while you're holding a piece. And as you can see, you do have a limited amount of time, but the first puzzle is easy peasy. This is actually reminiscent of a bonus game in the original Banjo-Kazooie, which you could find by going into Banjo's house in Spiral Mountain, and going into first-person mode and looking at Bottles' picture on the wall. It was actually so well hidden that most people probably experienced the puzzle-moving gameplay for the first time here in this game. Now Jiggy Wiggy will open the way for us. Oh, that's convenient. It's right next door. How about that? Almost as if it was planned. Alright, so as Jiggy Wiggy mentioned, we need 4 Jiggies to enter the next world, or attempt the challenge to open the next world. And as you can see, we're no longer deemed worthy, which is unfortunate, but not much to do but head inside the first world of the game, Mayahem Temple. Alright. Ah, these are warp pads. They work like the banana porters in Donkey Kong 64. However, unlike the banana porters, once you've opened up multiple, you can actually choose which one you jump to, which is a nice quality of life improvement. Let's see, if we jump right in here, we can find a Jinjo, lickety-split. Might as well just head right up the path. Ah, music notes. Each musical note bundle contains 5. That's a Mumbo pad. We'll need Mumbo himself in order to actually do anything with it. Pick up more notes. Ah, there's a silo over there. Those are important. Alright, there's no need to shout. Alright, who are you? Jam jars. That's so sad. Typical. Wow, no sympathy. Sheesh. Man, we gotta prove ourselves to everybody these days. That's what the notes are for. Once you've collected enough music notes, you'll be able to learn a skill from jam jars. And it's time for our first lesson. All right. And now we've learned the egg aim ability. While in first person mode, you'll now have a crosshair, which means you'll be able to shoot. You can aim it with the control stick. If you want to just look around without having the crosshair in your sights, you can press down C to toggle it on or off. Crosshair operates kind of weird in that it always sticks in the center, so if you try to move it slightly to the right or the left, you let go of the stick and it'll snap back into position, which can make precision aiming difficult. But this will help us with precision aiming, which is always good. There's another warp pad. So yeah, now we can jump back to the beginning if we want to, but not right now. Excuse me. Ah! This is a special kind of honeycomb. A skill stop honeycomb. Basically, your life bar will flash in sections from least to most. Press B to stop it when the gauge is at the highest point. And your health will refill to that amount. It's high risk, high reward. Oh, another silo. Let's see. It's the Breagle Blaster. Oh, good. Now we can use Kazooie as a gun. Because that's what test groups wanted? So the Breagle Blaster will actually enable us to enter first-person mode sections, such as inside Target Zen's temple. Actually, you know what? We're right here. We might as well do it. Just after this slowdown. But before we do that, let's go around back. Whoops. I slipped. Actually, as long as we're here, we can drop down and pick up this. This is a treble clef. Treble clefs are worth 20 notes. There's one in each world. So yeah, each world has 100 notes just like before, but this time, thankfully, they are saved. So even if you leave the world, you'll still have that many notes picked up. Bear arms, bird arms, both work. I guess you're right. Alright, so we'll climb up here using the Talon Trot, as the Talon Trot enables you to scale steep slopes. and get jiggy. Now see, this is the slowdown I was referring to. Alright. So, if you played GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64, the controls will be very similar. You can move forward and backwards with the control stick, look left or right, and press the Z button to shoot. If you want to be more precise, you can hold down the R button for a crosshair. You can press up or down on the C buttons to look, and left or right to strafe in that direction. While you're in aiming mode, left and right C will make you sidestep. Keep holding the button to stay in that position, then release it to snap back. It's not exactly dual analog, but, you know, the N64 controller doesn't have a second analog stick, so they made do with what they had. Alright, let's go on inside. So our goal here is to collect these totems. We'll need 20 of them in order to collect all of the jiggies in here. Ah, signs. Signs are full of useful information. If you want to use one, step up to it and press the B button. Oh yeah, door panels. This is a secret temple after all, so there are plenty of hidden passages. If you see something that looks off, you can open it by standing next to it and pressing the A button. Thankfully, Targadzan's temple has relatively weak enemies and plenty of ammo lying around. It's also nice and wide open and not that confusing, so it gives you plenty of time to get your bearings. Alright, I'm gonna get the statue to look at me. You can actually disable those dart-spinning statues by shooting the yellow diamond in their forehead. So a precision shot will shut them down temporarily. Now we can just walk over and pick up those idols. Jackpot. Goodbye. So yeah, it's not exactly Quake, but you know, we make do. Goodbye. Man, could you imagine like being shot with eggs? That would actually probably hurt. Ah. Alright, for collecting 10 statues, we'll gain access to the Slightly Sacred Chamber. Ooh, it's slightly interesting. I want that. Hello, loser. There we go. I will admit, having played actual first-person shooter games is really gonna make this kind of tough to reacquire, but that's okay. Ah. You can find a Jinjo here. It's interesting. I think in the entire game, this is the only Jinjo you can find in a first-person section, which is interesting. Well, I think so anyway. Pick up some more idols. Almost got enough. Just a few more. So I guess I could take this opportunity to talk a little bit about the history of Banjo-Tooie. So, it's a sequel to Banjo-Kazooie, as I've mentioned before. The original Banjo-Kazooie was released for the Nintendo 64 in 1998. This was released in 2000. Originally, Banjo-Tooie was supposed to be released for an add-on for the Nintendo 64 called the Nintendo 64 Disk Drive. It was basically supposed to compete with the CD-ROM systems like the Sony PlayStation by enabling the N64 to use more power, basically. Unfortunately, that device only ever came out in Japan and sold like garbage. By collecting 20 idols, you can gain access to the really sacred chamber, which is really interesting. But anyway, So Banjo-Tooie was designed to be released on a regular Nintendo 64 cartridge. Oh, and it doesn't matter which of the chambers you pick, left or right, the first one will always be the slightly sacred one. So you can just walk up and take a jiggy. It's like he wanted a bag over his head, but he also wanted to be Guile. Oh, you're talking about Target Zan? I wouldn't say such sacrilegious things, my friend. You never know, it might just come back to bite ya. Enter the other chamber for the really sacred chamber. Excuse me. Are you sure about that? Target Zan, despotic, dizzy, totem god. Okay. So every world has its own boss fight, and this is Mayahem Temple's fight. Just shoot the targets. Every time you take down one of his sections, he'll summon some minions. There you are. Watch the faces, they'll spit darts at you. Alright, that's 2 sections down. Because Target Zan doesn't move, there's plenty of cover around. This fight's pretty easy. Not as easy as Klungo, but then again, most fights are harder than Klungo. Alright. One more section and we win. Oh yeah! Okay, take care of the last wave of mooks, and we're home free! Oh, you're not even gonna walk towards me? There we go. Just a few more. Ah, the Sacred Self-Destruct. It is a powerful attack, but just stand behind one of the barriers and you'll be fine. See, that other jiggy? Was nice and easy. Okay, so let's get out of this dump. There's nothing left for us here, because we've collected the 2 jiggies and the Jinjo. So where was I? Oh yeah, I was talking about Banjo-Tooie itself. So it was released in 2000 as a Nintendo 64 cartridge. Reception to the game at its launch was quite good, since, you know, it was not... there hadn't been almost a 10-year deficit of games, so... People loved it, but Banjo-Tooie today is actually somewhat divisive among the fan base. There are some people who say that it's better than the original. There's also a lot of people who say that it's worse than the original. Obligatory getting jiggy with the jokes. Oh, don't worry, we're gonna make plenty of those throughout this. That was just the first one. Collect some more eggs. But yeah, a lot of people see Banjo-Tooie as inferior to the original, and their main complaint is that while the game was certainly much more ambitious, you know, with bigger worlds, more to do, more minigames, more moves, all of that stuff, it kind of made things bloated to a lot of people. Ah. So this is Mumbo's skull, and this magical creature is a Globo. Globos are used for magical things. But unfortunately, we can't use them ourselves, but that's okay. We know someone who can. Yes. So in exchange for a Globo, Mumbo will help you out. And now we take control of Mumbo. So yeah, now we are in control of Mumbo. Unfortunately, his moveset is very basic. Really, he can only do, like, the most essential of things. He's got a jump, which is good. He also has his Zap Stick. Press and hold the B button to use it. Keep it on an enemy long enough and you'll defeat them. And that's actually about it. He can swim, not underwater, but he can swim, so you won't instantly drown. But Mumbo's main thing are the eponymous Mumbo pads. Find a Mumbo pad, then press the B button while standing on it. Each world, Mumbo will do a different thing. In Mayahem Temple, he does this. Summon the Golden Goliath. And now we can control the Golden Giant. Alright. The statue can only do a limited number of things. You can move, you can perform a almost unnecessary jump. The most important thing you can do is you can kick things. Just press the B button. Alright, so now we can go into that area. But as you can see, we have a time limit. So I'm actually going to return the statue to its base so that I can refresh the timer. And thankfully, as long as a pad is multi-use, because some pads you can only use once because you only need their effects once, you can use the pad as many times as you want. Okay. So now we can go in this direction. Kick this boulder apart. I love this song, by the way. Banjo-Tooie really continues, you know, the Banjo-Kazooie series of just having fantastic music. I'm not sure if I could say I like this soundtrack better than Kazooie's, but it's still really good. You can walk through this muck and collect a Jiggy. And there's one other thing we can do with the statue that matters. And kick this door down. Alright. Oh, and you can also kick the dart-spinning statues apart. However, they will reappear eventually, so it's really just kind of cathartic. Still, you know, it's fun. Who doesn't like fun? Unfortunately, there's no way to stop when you're not near the pedestal, so we just gotta wait a few seconds for the statue's effects to wear off. Oh, can I activate this warp pad? I can. Don't worry, the statue magically returns back to the pedestal, so you don't have to worry about, like, picking it up where you left off. Also, you cannot leave a world as Mumbo, so don't even think about it. We will, however, see that shiny thing we can pick up later, and use the warp pad to jump back to Mumbo's skull. Because unfortunately, Mumbo is done. We have done everything we need to do with Mumbo in this world. Let's return Mumbo to his chair. Oh, don't be so sad, Mumbo. You actually get to sit for most of this adventure. Okay, so before we do what I wanted to do, I'm going to teleport here, because there's a new move we can learn. The final move of Mayahem Temple, which we actually need before we go someplace, before we can do almost anything else, really. Or most things, rather. Hello, Jam Jars. Teach me your ways. The grip grab. So now we can cling to ledges. I just fast-forwarded through that. While you're clinging to a ledge, you can have Kazooie attack in the direction you're moving by pressing the B button. You can let go of a ledge by pressing the Z button and pull yourself up with the A button. Alright, now that we've learned this skill, let's go back to Mumbo's skull. Yes, having the warp pads is really, really nice. They cut down significantly on the amount of legwork you have to do, which, you know, there's still a fair amount of that, but that's the nature of the game. That's collectathons in general. We got another Jinjo. Alright, we gotta do a little pest control, that's no big deal. We can use our new egg aim to deal with the flies. You can also pair them with the Amazo Gaze goggles for some sniping action. Let's move over here. Nice position. Should be one more. But I like jokes. Oh well, we got a Jiggy. And thanks to the power of the grip grab, we can collect this. So yeah, we'll be able to use those extra honeycomb pieces for something later. Okay, so now that we have all of our abilities for this world, we can go over here. We were able to enter beforehand, but without the grip grab, we wouldn't have been able to do much. Excuse me, that didn't count? Okay, whatever you say. There we go. Hit detection can be a little finicky sometimes, but there we go. Now we can just mosey on inside. Ooh, look at all that money. Now you're talking. Oh, okay. I see. Alright, so we can climb this cash pile and backflip up to here. And now we can shimmy along the ledge. So you see those yellow cones sticking out of the wall? Yeah, they have enemies out of them. You can poke them away with Kazooie, though. Now, I remember those things used to frighten me as a child, but not anymore, because I am a professional gamer now. I say that as I miss and take fall damage. I probably deserve that, but... Alright, let's try that again. There we go. That's better. Alright, so if we make a quick detour over here... we can collect this Cheeto page. Nice. By stepping on this switch, we can open this gate, which actually introduces a mechanic I kind of like in this game. Interconnected worlds. So we're actually in a new world now. As you can see, right over there, that's the idol we need. Fortunately, this brush looks kind of crinkly, so we'll need to tiptoe our way across. Which you can do by tilting the control stick very, very gently. Perfect. Alright, we can just take this nice shortcut. Any day now. So there we go. We'll just mosey our way on out, go through the very, very bright yellow tunnel. And don't worry, we still have the thing. I guess Banjo just finally put it in his backpack. Slide down the money pile. Here's your relic thingy. A family game, really? I'm not so sure about that. Alright, that was enlightening. Let's collect our prize. And as much as I'd like to take all this treasure, I don't think we could spend it on anything, so we'll just leave. Let's see, where would I like to go now? Let's go over here. I think that might be good. Oh, a prison compound. Well, isn't that fun? We found another warp pad. Gonna take you out. Let's see, there's something we can do... Yeah, we might as well do that now, because we have to come back here anyway. Up we go. Alright, so as you can see here, we have the wading boots, which enable us to walk through hazardous material like this. That's another shiny Jiggy. Making good progress, I think. Cross the quicksand again. Okay. And so we want to teleport over to... Yeah, Wumba's Wigwam. That's where we want to go now. So before we head over there, let's head in this direction. Scale the tippy top of this temple. Again, we have more crackly brush. So, we center the camera right behind the Jiggy. Oop, that's too fast. There we go. Now, isn't this high-octane gameplay? This is exciting, right? Thankfully, I don't think we have to do any more sneaking in the game once we pick up this Jiggy, so that's good. And... wait for it. Got it. And now, the snake, named Histup, will... no, not Histup. I actually don't know what your name is. But he'll stay asleep now, so... if we grip grab over here, and avoid getting munched from the wall demons. There we go. We can collect a Cheeto page. Alright, so we can actually go inside here, but right now there's nothing of value for us yet. We'll be able to come back later, though. Can I just say, it is... I'm having so much fun. I know it's been a really long time since I've streamed. Like, you know, it's been more than a week, and I'm truly sorry for that, but, you know, I had a lot of things to deal with, but hopefully, we might actually enter a nice period where I don't have a lot of stuff to do. Because this is the kind of game that you really gotta dig into. Humba Wumba. Yes. Sploosh. Okay. So Humba Wumba is how you transform in this game. Once you found a Globo, just hop right on in. Oh, we're a Stony, okay. A barge attack. Okie dokie. So we'll just comically waddle our way around. I mean, just look at the ridiculousness of this. Look at my schnoz. It's even bigger than before. I didn't even think that was possible. But now that we're a Stony, we can actually talk to the other stone statues around here and understand them. Oh, alright. Alright, so first we're gonna want to warp to The prison compound. Excuse me. Ugh. I'm gonna shoulder tackle you to death. Hello. Free the trapped one. The sun must rise before the moon and a star. A second moon and a second sun will then follow. So, that was sun, moon, star, moon, star. Or moon, sun. Sun, moon, star. I think I've already forgotten it. I stink at this. Sun, moon. Nope. Okay. Let me check again. No, please enlighten me, mister. Sun before moon and a star. Moon, sun. Okay. So sun, moon, star, moon, sun. All right, I had the correct things, just not in the right order. Sun, moon, star, moon, sun. Okay. So that opens this. And unfortunately, we actually cannot help Dilberta? Yeah, Dilberta. Unfortunately, we do not have the power to move it or break this boulder yet. In fact, we will not learn the ability to do this until another world. This is another point of contention in Banjo-Tooie. There's a lot more backtracking in it, like a substantial amount of backtracking. Which some people, they really like. So other people, they really, really hate. I don't mind it so much. I can definitely see why other people would not like it very much, but pick up that empty honeycomb piece. I can jive with it. I'm used to it in this game, so it's kind of like for me, yeah, I could see it as a problem, but I'm just so used to it that it doesn't really bother me very much. Which doesn't mean that it can't be a problem for other people. Hello, sorry I'm late, busy day at the office. Well, hello, Just Jershin. I knew you'd show up eventually, because you have a sixth sense for when it comes to banjo stuff, which is okay. You're just about to watch us engage in the kickball tournament. Excuse me. And by office, I of course mean my dining room. That's the best place to work. Alright, let's go kick some balls. We'll just waddle in, find the final warp pad. Hello, let me in, please. I'm the substitute. I don't need advice. What kind of... I know this is the amateur league, but I ain't no amateur. I'm at least mid-tier. Ugly? Okay, so in kickball, your goal is to score as many points as possible. Kick the yellow balls into your goal. You can kick by holding down the Z button. The longer you hold the button, the farther your shot will go. You can bully the other players with your shoulder tackle by pressing the B button. You move slower while you're carrying a ball, so try not to hold it for too long. And as you can see, the balls do spawn randomly, and if you accidentally shoot a ball into a wall, it will shatter. Because kickballs are made out of stone, I guess. Okay, so that's the quarterfinals done. Unfortunately, we have to go through the finals in order to actually collect our prize, even though we're clearly the superior player. Alright, so now we're heading into the semifinals. I mean, he's not wrong. Kind of looks like we're wearing like a diaper. Which, you know, it's not great. Okay, so the red balls will actually subtract a point from whoever's goal you shoot them in. But again, your objective is the same. Just get the most points. Oh, all for me? You shouldn't have. That's so nice of you. Alright, time for a little sabotage. Look at all that infighting. That's what we like to see. Stay on the inside. Just let them duke it out without us. A resounding success. But what else did you expect from me? The final. All right. Let's do this. Excuse me, you're in my way. We'll see about that. Okay, so in the final round, they introduce bombs. Hurl a bomb at an opponent, and they'll blow up. You know, as bombs generally work. Oh, I almost got an interception. By the way, shooting a bomb into any goal won't score you any points. As much as you would like it to work that way. I am losing horribly. Oh, I stunned everybody. That's not good. I think we're gonna lose this. Yep, that's a loss. But we can try again. Alright, maybe this time the yellow balls will spawn closer to me. Bombs? That's better. Get stun locked, nerds. This is what happens when you made me angry. I get explosive. No. Kaboom! You won't like me when I get angry. Sweet! Mm-hmm. Let me check my status real fast. Oh, I know where the last Jinjo is. I know where the last Jiggy is. And I know where the last Cheeto page is. Alright, first let's transform back. Sploosh. Ah, that's better. So yeah, just like with Mumbo in the original Banjo-Kazooie, you can transform as many times as you want once you've transformed for the first time. But I don't think we'll need the Stony anymore. Okay, so we want to go back to the prison compound quickly, because we can pick up a Cheeto page I forgot to get. Oops. That's alright. Yeah, this is the way we want to go. So for the people who have played this, what's your opinion on Banjo-Tooie? Because I know, I've said previously, Banjo-Tooie is much more divisive among the fan base than Banjo-Kazooie is. Me, I like Banjo-Tooie quite a lot. I do have a lot of nostalgia for it. But, I will definitely say, I like it for different reasons than I like Kazooie. But I think I like them roughly equally, I would say. Okay, so I got that. We can go over here, because I think this is the last place for the Jinjo that we need to collect. And I think we should be done in this world. Yes. Alright, so now we can take this flying pad and go right over here. We'll use the beak bomb for more speed. Hello there. Oh, we already completed a family. Wow, that's really rare to do it as early as Mayahem Temple. Cool. Let's see, the added complexity and interwovenness, not a real world, is a nice touch, but it goes a bit far in places to the point of tedium. Overall, a great game, but I slightly prefer the simplicity of the original. That's kind of how I feel about it, Just Jershin. I still really like this game, though. And we got another Jiggy. Whoosh. Oh, there's that N64 slowdown. Get some motion blur. Or is that that's a lens flare? Getting my terms mixed up. Okay, so that's all we can do in Mayahem Temple for now. But before we can, no, let's go over here. Let's unlock the next world. Never had an N64, however, let me turn it around on you. What do you think of the spiritual successor, Yooka-Laylee? That's an excellent question, Snyderman. Unfortunately, I have not played Yooka-Laylee. I freely admit, I like the collectathon genre, but really, I've only played games from when the collectathon was, you know, something that lots of people were making. I kind of fell off it once. I guess really that reflects my whole opinion on the collectathon genre as a whole. Like, I like it, but really in today's age of games, basing just a whole game on collecting stuff feels empty in a way. Like, games have become so complex since the 5th generation that really just making a game about collecting stuff and the challenges and that kind of thing isn't really good enough anymore. Unless your name is Mario, but then, you know, you're Mario. Because, like, I'm trying to think, really the only collectathon that I could think of that isn't just a remake of an old game that I've played would be Super Mario Odyssey. I mean, really, I think it's just that collecting stuff has just become an expected inclusion of really any game. I mean, you look at, like, any kind of game, any kind of big-budgeted game, like an Assassin's Creed or something, or like a Batman Arkham game. Those games have collectathon elements in them. You know, the flags, the trophies, the Riddler trophies, that kind of stuff. So just a game that would be centered around those mechanics is just not enough these days. We've actually collected enough Jiggies that we can enter World 3, so let's do that right now. But anyway, I've never played Yooka-Laylee, so I could not give you an opinion on it. I've heard that it's basically kind of the same situation as Banjo-Tooie, and that its opinions are kind of divided on it. Some people really like it, other people really hate it. But again, I have not played it myself, so really all I have is conjecture. I guess for what it's worth, I've never had a burning interest to play ukulele. Fair, and my sentiments exactly. Okay. You know, there's nothing wrong with something simple like this, but you kind of have to approach it with the right mindset, because the 5th generation was hard for everybody. I mean, people were still grappling with how to make 3D games, basically, and have them run smoothly, and have a functioning camera system. I mean, you need a lot of nostalgia to be able to jump back to this generation of games. And that's kind of why, you know, if you think of any big 5th generation game that was 3D, most of them have been remade in some capacity. I mean, Super Mario 64, it was remade for the DS. Both Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie were released on Xbox Live Arcade and were enhanced, as well as part of the Rare Replay collection, which basically was just a $30 trip down memory lane that showed, hey, it's Rare. You remember when we were good? Yeah, I remember when we were good. It's sad now. But yeah, you know, Star Fox 64 got a 3DS remake. Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask got 3D remakes on the 3DS. It's just 3D, early 3D has just not aged very well. You know, that's not the designer's fault. You know, they didn't have a lot to work with, you know? They were writing the rule book as they were going along. So it makes sense that, you know, these kinds of games, some of them still hold up super well. Most of them do not. Alright, so there's a Jinjo trapped under that boulder, which I'm wondering how they're even breathing, but whatever. Let's see. So we've opened another silo, so we've got ourselves a shortcut. No, I want to go over here first, because there's jam jars. And you're like, well, what skill could he teach us in the overworld? The best kind of skill. A new egg type. So now we can learn fire eggs. And he'll also teach us how to cycle between our eggs. Yes, yes. Self-explanatory. Okay, so by tapping, not holding, tapping the R button, you can cycle between your egg types. You can't carry as many fire eggs as you can blue eggs, and and you can't fire them as quickly, and their travel speed isn't as good. But fire eggs deal more damage, and you can use them to start certain machinery and that kind of stuff. So we go behind here, we can find, the camera will work, an empty honeycomb piece. Oh, it's a big beehive. I wonder if this is where we use the empty honeycomb pieces. I do like extra energy. Man, you're really ungrateful, Kazooie. Exactly, Banjo. Ooh, 2 energy units. Yes. We now have 7 units of energy. Nice. We'll need 5 empty honeycombs to receive the next energy upgrade. You get an energy upgrade at 1 empty honeycomb piece, 3 empty honeycomb pieces, 5, 7, and 9, for a maximum of 10 health. Okay, so we collected fire eggs. We could jump right into the second world right now, but let's do a little more exploring and backtracking. Alright, so as you can see, there's a big old flame on that switch. Oh, hello. Goodbye. Just shoot the switch. I will say, there is something kind of cathartic about collectathons, you know, just... I know it's very monkey brain to just watch numbers go up, but it just feels so satisfying. I guess that's why people really love collectathons back in the day and even today. Just... humanity just likes watching numbers and bars go up. I mean, there are some unscrupulous game designers who take advantage of that with predatory tactics and manipulative gameplay, but, you know, every good thing has to have a bad thing, because we can't just have, you know, nice things for the sake of nice things. We can actually already acquire grenade eggs, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Good advice. So yeah, you can't carry very many grenade eggs, even less than fire eggs. Oh, hey, thanks. But yeah, they travel even slower, and you fire them even slower, but they blow up. What's not to love? Let's open this silo. Okay, so we're gonna actually jump back to the Jinjo village. Let's see, I need more eggs. As you can see, the egg bundles will actually cycle between their various egg types, so just wait a second and you'll be able to pick up what you want. Alright, so we've acquired some new abilities, so we're actually going to go back to Spiral Mountain because there's... No, there's one thing we can do. Unfortunately, Spiral Mountain is still dilapidated. We're actually going to have to climb Spiral Mountain itself this time. Man. Gruntilda and her sisters have really done a number on the place. I'm going to use this flight pad, and we're going to fly over to that cave in the waterfall over there. Just swim on inside. Now, we could have come here as soon as the game started, but we need the grip grab to actually do anything of value in here. Shimmy behind the waterfall, because 95% of the time there's something cool hidden behind a waterfall. That's just a fact. You'll see this little guy. A Banjo-Kazooie game pack. If we give it a quick whack. A blue egg. It's Banjo-Kazooie's mysterious blue egg. Okay. It's, Are you all ready for a history lesson? Because I'm about to talk about, like, one of the biggest known/unknown mysteries of gaming. I'm, of course, referring to Banjo-Kazooie's mysterious feature, Stop and Swap. So, here's the basic idea. At the end of Banjo-Kazooie, if you manage to collect all 100 Jiggies, like I did, shameless plug, Mumbo will reveal 3 secret items that you can obtain, or that you could obtain, in Banjo-Tooie, or learn how to unlock in Banjo-Tooie. Basically, the idea would be that you would acquire secret codes in Banjo-Tooie that you could then go back in Banjo-Kazooie and beak bust them in Treasure Trove Cove's Sand Castle. Oh, this isn't the correct one. There's... Yeah, there's a treble clef over there. But basically, after you entered a code, it would reveal somewhere in the game a secret item that you could pick up. One of the eggs, or the mysterious ice key. Once you had collected the secret items that you wanted, the idea is that you would stop Banjo-Kazooie, take the cartridge out of the N64 system, and then quickly insert the Banjo-Tooie cartridge, taking advantage of the Nintendo 64's limited RAM memory, so it basically would preserve your game state or specific game information for a few seconds after removing a cartridge. And basically this would transfer information from Kazooie to Tooie, and you'd then be able to use the eggs and the key in Tooie. Unfortunately, this idea did not come to fruition, and so they implemented these cartridges instead, which we've just found another one with the mysterious ice key. The reason that this idea was not implemented was because of two reasons, actually. The first reason, which involves a little bit of a conspiracy, potentially, is that Nintendo, in 1999, basically created a system revision, which significantly reduced the amount of time that the RAM memory would be stored, effectively making switching technically not impossible, but very, very difficult. Now, it's unknown whether that this was simply planned, like beforehand, like this was always going to happen, and so it was just a sense of poor timing, or if Nintendo caught wind of Rare's idea and deliberately made the revision in order to prevent them from doing it. The second, and in my opinion, much more likely reason, is that, well, switching cartridges that rapidly could probably cause damage to both cartridges and systems, so, you know, in order to avoid a swarm of angry customers, Rare just scrapped the idea. Oh, there's a Cheeto page over there. Also, we're in Glitter Gulch Mine. But we can actually just feathery flap over to it. Alright, so cheats, that's good. Oh, hello, yeehaw yourself. But actually, Stop and Swap is implemented in the Xbox Live Arcade versions of Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie, and has compatibility with Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. The secret items, including the multiple eggs and the ice key, are available to acquire right away in Banjo-Kazooie, if you know where to look for them. And after collecting them on the Xbox Live Arcade version of Banjo-Tooie, that data will transfer over via hard drive. In addition, in Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, if you've collected the items in Banjo-Kazooie, there are specific Mumbo crates that will appear in the overworld that contain accessories that you cannot obtain anywhere else. Alright, we learned the Bill Drill here, which enables us to, it's basically a better beak buster. Try saying that 3 times fast. Oh yeah, sometimes jam jars will not drop smoothly into his silo and bump his head. It's a random occurrence, though. Okay, so now we can do this, which is useful for getting rid of those big boulders that we've seen. Collect some music notes. So yeah, that's basically just a abridged version of Stop and Swap. It was a really cool ahead of its time feature, but just the tech wasn't there, you know, in the late 90s, early 2000s. Jam Jar bonks, a speedrunner's worst nightmare. Yeah, it's not great, but thankfully we're not speedrunning this. We're also not doing what we did before in a one and done, because there ain't no way I'm completing Tooie in a single session. I mean, I guess technically I could, but like, why would you subject yourself to that? I love this game, but not that much. Bullion Bill. Huh. Thought so. Oh, we know someone like that. Ah, Kazooie, always interested in the reward. Alright, so this is where the backtracking really begins and comes into play. Now that we know about that, we're actually going to immediately leave Glitter Gulch Mine, because we've acquired the Bill Drill, which is the... I think it's the only move that we need to actually do stuff. I'm actually trying to think. I thought there was... I could have sworn there were 3 moves to learn in Glitter Gulch Mine, but I'm trying to think of what the third one is. Okay, so now that we have the Bill Drill, we can get rid of these boulders and free this Jinjo. We're gonna go immediately back to Spiral Mountain, because now that we've acquired 5 Cheeto pages, as well as the Bill Drill, we can do 2 more things. We'll just quickly Talon Trot our way back, because, you know, Talon Trotting is just how you move in this game. Unfortunately, you grow numb to the trotting sounds eventually of Kazooie, but it takes a long time. Also, you can actually just enter Gruntilda's lair without using the flight pad by just backflipping up to the bridge and climbing it. It saves you a lot of time. Hello, Cheeto. Jeepers, Kazooie, calm down. Alright, so what's the first cheat? Feathers. You can also see the list of cheats that you've found. However, you do not, again, as Cheeto mentioned, you have to follow his clue before you can actually use them. That was an interesting camera angle. Alright, so we actually want to go back to Banjo's house, not inside. Oh, did you see that? What a touchdown. But we can Bill Drill this boulder. Oh, it's Royston! Banjo's goldfish. Shouldn't you be dead already? Oh yeah, I can't imagine why. Evolution did not treat Royston kindly, as well as his name. Actually, Royston the fish is an inside joke. Apparently one of the artists at Rare at the time had the middle name Royston, and the other team members could not believe that someone could be cursed with such a sad middle name. So they named Banjo's goldfish Royston, both in pity and humiliation. That's just Rare for you. By rescuing Royston, you'll learn how to swim faster. You'll also gain extra oxygen, which is very handy. Press and hold A and B together for the fastest swimming possible. Very handy skill. Alright, so now that we're done in Spiral Mountain, for right now at least, until we acquire something else, and then we'll have to come back and do it again. Now we can head to Mayahem Temple and finish up there. Let me in, please. Thank you. I am grateful for all of the fast traveling, though. That definitely helps immensely. I can't even imagine this game without, warp pads and silos. A truly horrifying thought. Alright, so first we're going to jump back to Wumba's Wigwam, or near Wumba's Wigwam, because that is where the Code Temple is. Yeah, it's that big structure that we kicked the door in earlier. It is possible to enter as a Stony through the side over there, but you can't actually enter in codes as a Stony, so it's almost entirely useless. Excuse me. Yeah, so we have to spell it out with the aiming sight. If you hit a wrong letter, you'll have to start again. So, F, E, A, and you can see how fiddly the aiming is with this, especially. Z. Feathers! Oh, yeah, so the feathers cheat doubles the maximum amount of feathers you can carry, which is really nice. Oh, also, another adult joke. Try reading the top backwards. Yeah. Pretty crafty. Alright, so over here, you can toggle your cheats on. We now have double feathers, which means we now have 200 red feathers and 20 gold feathers. British butts, yep. That's what rare are. I admit, those kind of jokes, particularly in games like this, are even funnier now because I completely missed them the first time. As you should. Because, they're not supposed to be understood by 6-year-olds. Alright, so back in the prison compound, we can go over to this area, which we could go previously, but without the bill drill, we couldn't do the thing that mattered, so why even go over here? Up we go! So now we can bill drill our way through this. Columns Vault. It's interesting. Okay, so we need to roll into the correct columns. If I can remember which one begins the process. I think it's this one? No. There we go. Alright, so as you can see, it knocks the Jiggy down to the next one. So we have to keep hitting pillars to knock them down, but we're on a time limit. Thankfully, the timer freezes when it goes into the cutscene to show you jumping to the next pillar. Alright, one more hit should do it. Alright, we can just jump up to that. Excuse me. I'm just trying to collect a Jiggy. You don't have to be rude like that. Boing. Alright, so now we've collected all of the Jiggies in Mayahem Temple. Actually, I'm pretty sure we've collected everything in Mayahem Temple. That's an affirmative. And the last thing that we can do, we can use the Bill Drill to get Dilberta back to Bullion Bill. And also open up a shortcut. Plague-ridden pest? Man. Kazooie's especially vulgar in this game. I like it. Alright. Excuse me. Excuse me? Thank you. Jiggy! No. There we go. Almost left without collecting the prize. Okay, so we got... Geez, we got lots of places we can go. Unfortunately, those boulders are too big to break for us. We'll need something with a little more kick to it. But for right now, we might as well just explore, figure out where things need to be, and open up passages, shortcuts, all that good stuff. Yeah, generally what you want to do in a world is, like, look around first, find all of the warp pads, shortcuts, and stuff. Then, once you've got a good lay of the land, then you can start looking around. Or start, you know, solving problems. No sense trying to solve problems if you don't even know where they are in the first place. Collect those notes. Let's see, can we do... No, we need something with punch. Oh yeah, those TNT boxes will spit dynamite at you if you get too close. Dynamite blows up, so try not to get too close to them. You can destroy them, but I recommend using eggs. I mean, unless you would like a face full of explosives. I mean, you do you. You live your life, or die your horrible explosive death however you want. I won't stop you. I'm not your manager. Alright, what's in here? Ah, the ordnance storage. Alright, so we actually have an ability we can learn here. Talking to good old Jimmy Jamgers. The Beak Bayonet. Alright, cool, now we can stab people. What's this game rated again? E for everyone? Yeah, I don't know about that. So yeah, just press the B button to jab an enemy. Alright, so we gotta defuse some dynamite. Oh, okay. So we're under time limit. Got it. Okay, now. I've seen some friends play this segment. Shoutouts to Baked ZD if you're here. But this is the defusal section. You'll need to defuse 15 sticks of dynamite before everything blows up. Thankfully, the timer does not start until you defuse the first stick. So if you want, you could map out a route. Or, if you're me, in 2000, you can pay $12 for the Nintendo Power Player's Guide with a map. which is what I have. But don't worry, I will still probably fail this, because this challenge is actually kind of tough. Alright. Let's go. We have 200 seconds. And again, just like we were told, if you shoot any dynamite, it will blow up. Look over there. Excuse me, partner. Got it. See, this takes me back to the central room. Ow. Just gonna walk past you. Also, you can hear the dynamite hopping around, so use audio cues to try to find where they are. Now hold still. You sentient sack of explosives. Yeah, we're halfway there. That leads back there. I've already come this way. Let's go back up to the top. Yeah, we've already come this way, but that's fine. As long as you avoid backtracking, you should be okay. No, that's the way we were originally, which is fine. Now this is where we started. Also, the music gets faster as, you know, your timer drops down, which is very anxiety-inducing. Don't yeehaw me, son. Two sticks left. See, this was right here. Ah! There's one. I hear it. It's close. First try, baby. Yes, that, odd-shaped nugget is precisely what we want. Well done, thank you. I was honestly kind of worried. Again, there's no more timer, so, now the hard part. Figuring out how we get back home. Excuse me. Pardon me. No, it's that door. Do 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 do. I mentioned this before, but if there's one thing that everyone can agree on about the Banjo-Kazooie series, the music's outstanding. Alright, another Jiggy for the pile. We're cruising! Okay, so let's keep exploring Glitter Gulch Mine, finding more shortcuts and things to do. Knocked his hat right off his head. Ah, toxic gas cave. Alright, so as you can imagine, in a toxic cave, your oxygen will rapidly deplete. Make sure you leave the room before you run out of air, or you'll run out of life. Actually, unlike in Banjo-Kazooie, in Banjo-Tooie, when you run out of oxygen, your health will begin to quickly dissipate, instead of just immediately dying. But as you can see, the extra air that we picked up from Royston is helping us a lot. Because we'd be on 1 notch right now. Actually, we'd be dead right now. Thankfully, we picked up our prizes, and we can return to fresh air. Ooh, a box. Oh. Springy step shoes. Alright, well, we'll have to come back later. Ooh, more music notes. I think that's something that a lot of games don't do. They don't make picking up the pickups themselves something worthwhile, you know, just that nice musical sound. See, this is the crushing shed, which we can't really do much in yet. We'll need Mumbo's help for that. But like the musics, they just make that nice, you know, musical chime. You know, the jiggies, of course, make a very satisfying jingle. Just picking up anything just feels good in this game. Pretty sure this leads to... yeah, that leads to a TNT barrel, which we can't do anything with at the moment. Well, not like this, anyway. Mine shaft 1. Alright. Oh, yeah. Okay. The world's treble clef is actually hidden here under the water. On the other side. Ah. It's literal music to my ears. And you can hear a Jinjo calling for help, but we won't be able to save that Jinjo just yet. There's actually not a lot else to do in here for right now, so we'll just head on out before we're blown up. I gotta admit, in most games I usually like the later worlds better, because I think they're more interesting, but I don't know, in Banjo-Tooie, I'd say the earlier worlds are better. Like, I don't think Glitter Gulch Mine is my favorite world in this game, but I could definitely say that it's, like, in the top half. There's Mumbo's skull. Collect the music notes. Don't have a Globo yet. Oh, there's one over there. Yeah, how about that? Get this boulder out of here. Perfect. Gotcha. Another TNT barrel. There's another big boulder. See, there's a shed over there, which we actually can't do anything with yet. Another boulder. So many boulders. These are called split-up pads, but we do not have the ability to use them yet. We will eventually, though. Is there a boulder here? No, it's just the background is that dark. I will say that is one of the problems of how I have my setup set up. It kind of it darkens the game just a little bitty bit. Like it's actually it's a bit brighter on my Twitch display than it is here, so, you know. That means you get to have a better experience than I do, so that's the most important thing. Alright, so in the darkness here, we can use fire eggs to start these, rickety old generators. Which will light the way for us, briefly. Oh, and don't look down, because, judging by the infinite black void beneath us, you know, I'm gonna guess that there's not, like, you know, just a bunch of pillows lying down there. Just operating on a hunch. Thankfully, if you get stuck, you can use the caution tape on the ground to kind of help you determine where you need to jump. It's not ideal, but, you know, it's better than nothing. Not sure why you need this generator. Gotcha! Alright, that was fun. Next. I like how each sub-area is named in this game. I don't know, I just think that's a nice touch. Ah, there's another warp pad. Alright, let's go up here. There's another boulder. Oh, we found the white Jinjo. Another Jiggy. Alright, I know there's another Jinjo on these train tracks somewhere. Now, I'm sure me walking on these train tracks is causing some bad memories for some people in the audience. You'll find out why soon enough, I promise. Okay, we actually have a lot of different things we can do now. But what do I want to do first? Actually, I know. We're not going to leave the world yet. What we are going to do is go up here and collect this Globo. So now we have both of the Glitter Gulch Mines Globos. Now if we go in here, it's interesting. This is the only time in the game where a warp pad is located inside someone's house, which is very convenient. Here you go. Sploosh. In we go. So let me ask you a question. Are you ready to have a blast? Because it's the detonator, everything's a blast. Yeah, your only way of defending yourself as the detonator is to literally blow up. Press the B button to blow yourself up. Unfortunately, this will cost you some health, so it's generally better to just avoid fighting in general. But you can walk up to these TNT barrels and set them off. Alright, so we got a few locations around the area where we can get rid of some boulders and stuff. I think there's 4 locations. Pretty sure on that. Could you imagine if you saw a detonator like this walking towards you with googly eyes, a blue backpack, and square yellow shorts? Like, just how many people would immediately just crap their pants at that? Like, I know it's like really goofy, but could you imagine that? That must be like horrifying or something. Like, what are my eyeballs attached to? How do I protect myself from the wind? These are the important questions that need to be answered. I'm questioning the logic of a detonator that has googly eyes onto it. I've completely gone mad. I'd let that dude go on its way. I agree. It's just, yep, don't need to be involved in that. No siree. That problem does not involve me in any capacity. Definitely not. Actually, let me go to the crushing shed. Which thankfully you can still use warp pads while you're a detonator. You can also blow up the small little boulders that you see throughout the area, like the ones that we had to use the bill drill on. But you will need to use your self-destruct ability on those, so it's recommended that you don't, but if you need to, you can. Little known fact, detonators have nicotine membranes to protect their eyes. Oh, really? Have you encountered a detonator with googly eyes? Now that'd be a story to tell, let me tell you. Nope, please. Please. I wish. Just let me. There. Look, you couldn't at least just give me like little stubby legs so I still have good analog control? Look, if we're gonna go all. If we're already gonna be this ridiculous, we might as well just go all the way with it. Alright, now we can blow this up. And free this Jinjo. Excuse me. Alright, get out of here. Give me that. The governor's granted you an early release. Be grateful. There we go. Alright, I'm pretty sure that's everything we need to do with the detonator. At least I hope so. Ah, that's better. I'm all me again. Okay, so now we can start exploring that stuff that we've done and opened up. The thing with the giant crate we won't be able to do until the next world, but we needed to get the boulder out of its way first before we could actually do the thing in the next world, so we got that taken care of. Let's go in here. If I remember correctly, this should be the location of many people's arch nemesis, Canary Mary. Every detonator I've seen in person has had googly eyes. Well, you lead a much more interesting life than I do, Snyder Man. Yeah, it's a living. It's a living by dying? That's weird. Shush. Any minute now. You never asked how many detonators I've seen in person? Touché! Touché. Okay, now, even people who haven't played Banjo-Tooie very much or at all, they've probably heard horror stories about what's going to happen next. Who's ready to jam their thumb? I'm not. Alright. You want a jiggy? You're gonna have to work for it. Simply tap A as fast as you can. Alright. Get ready for some riveting commentary. By which I mean none. Thankfully in the first race you don't have to go very fast, which is good, but you know, you gotta have some speed. Man, 6-year-old me would be so jealous of me right now. Imagine how much, like, upper arm strength it must take to actually drive a hand car. Get real buff real fast, I imagine that. All right. We did it. Also, yeah, you can really see the slowdown here. Yeah. Well, we're gonna get it anyway. But that's not the hard part. This is the hard part. You want to do it again? Collect this jiggy. Alright, that was just a literal warm-up. Now the real challenge begins. If 6-year-old me had trouble doing this the first time, this was impossible for him back then. This is where all those years of Mario Party are finally paying off. I have done what no 6-year-old could do. I have vindicated 6-year-olds across the world. And yeah, we get a Cheeto page. I'd rather not, personally. But goodbye. Okay. Alright, I honestly thought that was going to be much worse than what it was. No, I know it's something we can do. One of these boxes is a pair of turbo trainers, which enable us to run really, really fast. We're gonna take them. See that switch over there? We're gonna step on it. Which is what you do with most switches. Except the Nintendo Switch, you just play that. Fun, quote-unquote, Mario Party fact. If player 1 and another player simultaneously got an objective, it would give the point to player 1? Really? That explains why I was so good at Mario Party. But yeah, you can actually run on water while you're using the turbo trainers. You know, physics. It's just... I like how Banjo covers his eyes while running that fast. I mean, I would too. I mean, I don't run in general, but, you know. Alright, we made it, with plenty of time to spare. The example given was a question block challenge. Oh, okay. Just dive right in. Now give me... Jiggy. I think I actually said Jiggy so quietly that you didn't even hear it there. But who knows, maybe I got my microphone balance so good that you could pick up something even like that. We're in the flooded cave, which is actually where another Jiggy is located. We'll have to swim through this maze. Which actually I think I just remember where everything is. Thankfully, because of our faster swimming and extra oxygen, this challenge is easy. And look at that, we got another Jiggy already. I did hear that? Alright, cool. I'm glad to see that all of my fiddling and faddling about with my audio stuff, is paying dividends. That's what we want. Okay. Alright, this is where that shack that we blew up originally was. So we're near the crushing shed. Mm-hmm. How much stuff do I have? 6 of 10. Missing a honeycomb piece. Cheeto page and a Jinjo. I know where the honeycomb piece is. The Cheeto page... Oh, I know where it is. Okay. Okay, so I know where those things are. I know where the last Jinjo is. And there's 2 Jiggies that we cannot collect right now. Okay, so we're doing pretty good. No, actually, this is right where I want to be. Yeah, 100%ing Banjo-Tooie, which I am doing, because that's what Twitch says, and I can actually see it this time, so it can't lie to me, requires a lot more pathing, and, like, you know, trying to figure out where it is you're gonna go, and doing all that stuff. Because it's just a much bigger game. But inside this water tank is another Cheeto page. Nope, stop swimming around it. There we go. Blah. That reminds me, I blew up. No, not that. I haven't blown up before. I haven't gone swimming in a really long time. Just... Well, I haven't gone swimming this year for, you know, obvious reasons, but just in previous years, I don't know, it's just... Swimming pool, you know, the community pool is not that far away. It's just, I don't know. It's like, it's always something that I want to try and do, but it's just, I either don't have the time or really honestly the confidence. I don't know, that's just something I gotta work on, I guess. But now it's Mumbo time. We got some feathers. I'll pick some up. We didn't need any, but that's okay. Alright, Mumble Jumble. I require your assistance again. Alright. Oh, as you can see, Mumbo's health is increased as well. Character's health will increase as you increase Banjo and Kazooie's base health. However, certain characters have certain health bonuses or penalties. Mumbo always has 1 less health than Banjo and Kazooie's maximum. So he has 6 points of health currently rather than Banjo and Kazooie's 7. There's a Jiggy in this boulder, so let's get it into the crushing shed. By the way, if anyone wants to grab a snack or something, now is a good time to do it, because we're going to be levitating this boulder for a while. That is another thing that people have complaints about Banjo-Tooie. Some things can take a while. I'm not even sure if I can skip this. Actually, I don't think you can skip this in the N64 version, but you can skip it in the Xbox Live Arcade version. Which, I guess that's something I should talk about. Really, if this game interests you and you want to play it, please play it on either the Xbox Live Arcade or via Rare Replay. Because the remake really is just the superior way to play it. I'm just playing the N64 version because it was much easier for me to set up, because I already had my N64 down here. I have a personal, more nostalgic connection to it, since I actually did grow up with this, so I'm able to overlook the, age of the game a bit better. And third, I think it's just, there's just a funny novelty to the N64 version. Because let's face it, in 2020, where else on Twitch are you gonna see someone playing the original N64 version on original N64 hardware? Only here. Alright, so we're gonna lift this train back up into position. That's just the kind of excitement you can find on Defender's stream. Stream old games from old hardware, legitimately. Again, I've made my stance on this before clear, but I don't have a problem with emulation, but I like authenticity where possible. Okay, the train's back on track. Pun intended. But unfortunately, Mumbo's job is over here, so we'll have to send him back. I'm gonna electrify you just because I can. Dude, that's a niche you could exploit. Retro is in. You might have a point there. Huh. Alright. Back to Banjo. Could use a point of health, though. Let's see. So what do I want to do first? Crushing Shed. Definitely the Crushing Shed. Alright, so as you can imagine, the Crushing Shed involves a lot of crushing, but that's not what we want right now. Actually, I have an easy way to solve this. What? Excuse me, I was invincible. I've been robbed! What garbage is this, man? Well, at least we only got crushed once, and suffered a concussion only once. That was garbage! Invincible, but not. What a ripoff! Chunktastic. Alright, let's not send Banjo and Kazooie through the grinder, eh? And thankfully the crushers have shut off. So now we can just jump our way back. And pick up the golden chunks. Wait for it. There we go. Jiggy. Give me some health. You gave me no health. You just yeed your last haw. Alright. So that takes care of that. No, please let me in. Now to the train station. This is the last thing that we can do in Glitter Gulch Mine. Technically, that's not true. There is one Jiggy with backtracking that we could get now. Technically, it would just be much more difficult. So I'm just gonna wait. Oh, great. Now the shovels are coming to life. Give me those golden feathers. Alright, I got a good supply of eggs. Let's use it. Inside the boiler? Yo, don't we, like, burn alive if we go into a boiler? Like, isn't that how that works? Oh, well. I guess not. I guess Banjo's just fireproof. Old King Cole, grubby boiler monarch. Must we solve everything with violence? Uh-oh. So as you can see, we have a time limit, but Old King Cole is actually really easy. Just shoot him with eggs. He'll attempt to heat up the room and suck up the oxygen, but really, you'll have no trouble. There we go. Oh, really? You don't need arms, huh? We'll see about that, pal. Oh, now you've lost your head. How do we sit down and talk about this? You've got no head, mate. Like, yeah, that's it. That's the whole fight. We did it. Let's heal up and collect a Jiggy. Excellent. Alright, I'm pretty sure that's all we can do. Let's see. Yeah, we can't collect the last 2 Jiggies or the last Jinjo for right now, which is good. We've collected everything we need. So let's get out of this dump. We actually have enough Jiggies to open up, I know, at least World 4, if not World 5. So why don't we go do that? Say goodbye to the mine for now. We'll be back later. This is going really smoothly, but then again, this is the early game, and from what I remember, there's a specific world that I will be sure to tell you about when we get there to it, because you're gonna want to watch, because let me tell you, it is a world that not very many people enjoy. I'm strangely looking forward to it, though. I believe I was just typing it out. Ah, yes, Just Jershin knows. How could he not? He's been scarred for life by it. I'm making it sound worse than it actually is. Or am I? Yes, I am. But I won't spoil. Okay. I mean, this game has been out for 20 years, so, you know. But still, if you don't want to, that's fine. This is challenge number 4. Remember, go for the edges and corner pieces first. Nope. Yep. That's what I want. Looks good. Hold on, I'm gonna end it on 64 seconds. Nailed it. Okay. This is so much fun. I am so happy to be here with you all today. Just hanging out, making some jokes, and playing some video games. That's what it's all about. That's all you need. Or at least that's all I need. I know some people like to make their streams, you know, this huge, big production. And that is totally alright by me. You do whatever makes you happy. Oh. Let's see, is it 20 Jiggies or 21 Jiggies? I think it's 20. Oh yeah, it's 20. Alright, so this will open up World 5. Oh, and by the way, even though we've unlocked these areas, we won't be able to go to them yet, simply because we need abilities from each world to reach the next one. So we need an ability in World 3 before we can reach World 4, and we need an ability from World 4 before we can reach World 5, and so on and so forth. That's kind of how they gate progression. You know, I should take my own advice and start with the edge pieces. I'm gonna practice what I preach. Perfect. Puzzle performed perfectly. Let's see, what else can I do? I've already learned grenade eggs. Oh! I can do that. Or should I do... No, I'm gonna wait. Yes, I will wait. we have the ability to use one of the mystery eggs, the blue mystery egg, but we can actually acquire a pink mystery egg later, and so I figured I might as well wait until I have the pink egg before I get the blue egg. We do not have enough Jiggies to open World 6, which I think requires 28 Jiggies, if I remember correctly. Hey, look at that. Actually, you know what? No, I will do it now, because it involves a little more backtracking, so we might as well just get that done now. How has it already been almost 3 hours? What? Okay, so inside this big ol' egg... is Heggy's egg shed. This is where we can hatch the mystery eggs that we find. And for hatching the blue mystery egg, we obtain the homing eggs cheat. Go to the Cheeto code room and enter homing. That will come in handy, so we'll go and do that. Now, as you can see, there's an egg up here, but we don't have the ability to unlock that yet. There's a piece of egg here, which we can use the build rail on to reveal split-up pads, which we'll eventually be able to use. So now that we have the homing egg cheat, we're going to quickly jump to Maya Hem Temple and fill that in. And there are more cheat codes than just what you can find both from the Blue Mystery Egg as well as from Cheeto, but, well, we're not going to use them, because I don't actually know what they are. I mean, you know, the internet's right there, I could just look it up, but, no, that takes effort. Cheats! Yep. I do like me some cheats. Because who wants to expend effort these days? Not me. What emote is that? Interesting, that's an interesting emote. Okay, so that was homing. And G. We'll make eggs home in on baddies, as you would expect. Alright. Oh, I should replenish my egg supply. I completely forgot about that. I'm actually genuinely trying to think... what else? I have the ice key, but I can't use that yet. I need an ability from World 4. Let me check my totals. Collected everything in Maya Hem Temple. We've collected everything we can on the first visit to Glitter Gulch Mine. There's nothing else we can do there for right now. Yeah! Honestly, I think I've picked up, everything that I can so far. I'm gonna collect some eggs. You will give me some eggs. Excuse me? Depth perception. Let me go look for some eggs. I want to replenish my supply. Because thankfully, unlike in Donkey Kong 64, your items aren't halved for whatever reason after you shut the game off. But you know, you don't automatically regain everything, so we'll just stay well stocked. Should have... oh yeah, I'm full on stuff. Ooh, that was close. Get into a cutscene to avoid being shot. Let's see, I think I already activated the shortcut to World 3, but let me double check. Get out of my way. I'm a bear on a mission. Yes, I can jump to the Pine Grove. Now you might have noticed on a first visit that Humbawamba is here. But we actually can't do anything with her yet. But we will be able to eventually. No, stop that. But, this is the entrance to the third world of the game. Witchy World. But I think that's gonna have to wait until next time. Yeah, I know, but worlds in Banjo-Tooie take much longer to complete, and, well, I'm hungry. So thank you for stopping by, everybody. I had a fabulous time. I hope you all did too. And, looks like I've finally managed to get past all of my life stuff. So, we should be good to continue Banjo-Tooie on Monday. If you'd like to stay up to date on all the things that I do, I have both a Twitter and a Discord that you should be able to see in my Twitch information panels. In addition, I know I mentioned this previously, but I am working on getting a poll ready for the next project after Banjo-Tooie, so keep your eyes peeled for that. For now, though, this is the Defender signing out. See you later!